Should you take a really strict approach with credit cards in your financial life and just not use them at all? Or does it make sense to use credit cards responsibly, but to get the points? Well, I've got my take and really what I do and recommend. I've got that and more coming up. My name is Mike Bernard. I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. Credit and credit cards, it's like fire, okay? When used responsibly, it can do a lot of good. It can heat your home. It can cook your food, right? Good things. However, when used irresponsibly, or there's this danger element to it, if it gets out of control and fire, it could burn your house down. It could create a lot of damage. And so we get this question all the time. As a financial advisor who's seen thousands of different financial circumstances, do you take a zero tolerance approach, a really strict approach? What's best? Do you just, abstain and say, I'm not touching credit cards ever? Or instead of no, I'm never touching them ever, do you actually recommend using them and getting the points? With the exception of the rare instances where there has been a propensity or a history of using credit cards irresponsibly or having that danger element actually manifest and be real, I actually do recommend using credit cards, getting the points, but with a rule, okay? With a rule. And that rule is don't put anything on the credit card that you're not going to pay off at the end of the month. Don't put anything on the credit card that you're not going to pay off at the end of the month. If so, then and that's how you use it, then yes, go out for your situation, find the right card with the right point and reward system for your life and situation. I'll give you a couple tips here in a second, and implement that. That can be a fantastic benefit to your cash flow and your financial situation. When it can be used responsibly, then absolutely set up that rule, live by that rule, and work the points. That can be a tremendous benefit. For us, any purchase that we make online in our family, we use the credit card. Everything else, for the most part, we use the debit card. And for some people, and I'll give a couple tips here in a second, they really go out and they shop rewards and points, and they've got a strategy. And I'd encourage that you have one as well. We have a strategy, but it's also based on simplicity as well. Even though we shop at Costco and there's significant benefits, 5% on gas and all that other stuff, for us, I just wanted simple. And so we went out and we found a 2% cash back on everything and a card that those 2% cash back can go directly into an investment account. So in my mind, that's a huge win. Because to me, if you're working a reward system, ideally you can save the rewards, or you can use those rewards to avoid or reduce a known expense. If it's just going to be splurging, then you might say, I don't know. You might want to rethink your reward system. But if the rewards you can save, or they can actually avoid or reduce a known upcoming expense, then I think you've got a workable strategy. In addition to I'm not charging anything that I'm not paying off at the end of the month. Don't pay interest on a credit card. Get the rewards. That's the system I'm recommending. We do a lot of travel sports in our family. I think I've shared that with you before. And so that's a lot of hotel stays. And oftentimes that can be a lot for flights and everything else. And so I know a few of the families, they use reward points or reward credit cards that get them mileage points for flights or get them hotel points and hotel stays. And actually, doing the math, that might be a better approach than what we're taking. But again, I've kind of opted for simplicity. I know our system is good and works for us. I don't know if it's perfect and optimized for us based on this season of life. I know some people that do, but if you live by that rule, if you use credit cards responsibly, and that is you only put stuff on it that you're going to pay off at the end of the month, and that you use a reward system that you can either save or use to avoid or reduce a known expense, then I think you can have a winning approach with using credit cards. Now, what if that fire starts getting out of control? What if you originally were using it to heat your home and now the house is catching fire? And I've heard this a lot. Yep, I used that system and then things got stretched and I thought I'd be able to pay the credit card bill off at the end of the month and I just couldn't. And then the next month came along and it got worse. And the next month came along and it got worse. And that's the thing. That's where I would tell you, we put all of our online expenses on the credit card. That's got to fit within your budget. You shouldn't put anything on the credit card that's not already accounted for in the budget. We get this question a lot as well. When I'm setting up my monthly cash flow system, how does the credit card fit in? No, the credit card is just represented on your budget, and therefore you're not going to kind of overextend yourself or get yourself stuck. If that happens, then you need to roll up your sleeves and you need to adopt a no credit card policy, okay? That policy needs to be accompanied with a credit card avoidance and prevention system, which is our 3 bank account system, okay? If you set up a 3 bank account system and operate your cash flow in that system where you track and monitor, you know where all of your monthly expenses are going, and you've done the math, all the income that's coming in each month, and then here are all the normal monthly expenses. Yep, I've got everything covered. And then that's bank account number 1, immediate spending. And then you've got eyes on a plan for all of your non-monthly expenses, your known non-monthly expenses. And guys, this is where people end up saying, well, I was using my credit card to just cover that I could pay things off every single month, but then eventually I wasn't able to. It's typically because they didn't have a plan for bucket number 2, which is the non-monthly expenses. In bucket number 2, you lay out proactively, you identify what are all the expenses on your shoulders that are going to come up, but they just don't come up every single month. If they don't come up every single month, it's very hard to fit them in your monthly budget. So you need to list all of those out, list out the amount, divide it by 12, and have that savings be part of your monthly budget so that every single month you're setting money aside into this bucket number 2, a savings account, for those known upcoming expenses so that when they do occur, you're not having to, oh, shoot, I wasn't planning for that, and yeah, we weren't able to pay the credit card off. No, you've got it right there. The cash is set aside, so when that non-monthly expense comes up, you've got the cash, you just pay it off. And then the 3rd bank account, if you've got a plan and visibility for all the known monthly expenses, all the known non-monthly expenses, then what's left? The unknown. And the unknown is that emergency fund, that financial confidence account that when something comes up that you had not anticipated, that you couldn't have budgeted for, or maybe just didn't have the awareness that, I didn't realize that was going to happen. You've got funds set aside that you can, tap into, dip into to cover that unknown and unforeseen expense so that it doesn't land on the credit card, stay on the credit card, and start costing you 17% or 26% or whatever the interest rate is. So absolutely adopt a system and rules of thumb to say, yep, I'm only going to charge on the credit card what I'm going to pay off, what I can pay off at the end of the month. Then work a reward system that either you can save the rewards or benefits, or that they can be used to eliminate or reduce a known expense, and make sure that your credit card system, the point system that you're using, fits within your 3 bank account system. Work with your certified financial planner on that. If you don't have a CFP on your team, you can contact one on my team. Find us online, Korhorn.com. That's Korhorn with K, wisemoneyshow.com. You can find us there as well, or give us a call, 574-247-5898. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.